Out top, Strohack. Strohack. Just a little snapshot. Bell saw it and deflected it to the side boards. LaRock now. Back for Carter. Carter, a slap shot. Long rebound. Knocked away and out of the zone by Jamie Papp. Strohack. Carter left it for Menard. They're in on side. Menard, cross-ice pass taken and knocked away by Cressman. Delormier quickly feeding Strohack. Fort Worth trying to catch the Moccasins in a change. DuPaul knocked off the play, and again, Catelier cleared. Nice work there by Jamie Golden, taking the body. Freed the puck for his teammate. Here's Carter. 60 seconds left in the Fort Worth power play. Icing coming here. No, it is waved off. Never got to the goal line. Strohack couldn't keep it in the zone. Woodward will skate with it. Albert. Second power play unit on now. Puck cleared out of the zone. That time by Golden. Grab for Fort Worth. Finding Albert. Albert speeding along the left side. They're in onside again. Here's Albert, a wrist shot wide. Kolomayev collected off the backboards. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Now Albert knocked off the skates. Now penalty coming here. This could be interference again. It will be. That was actually Ryman that was headed for the puck. And Darren Duke will sit in the box. 21 seconds worth of 5-on-3. 26 seconds still left on Friesen's interference penalty. And a 2-minute minor now for Darren Dugan. So Fort Worth with a chance. 29 shots on goal for the Brahmas, only 19 for Monroe, but they have put 4 of them between the pipes. Fort Worth has some defensemen that Bill McDonald knows, has some new guys as well. And there will be an adjustment period, of course. A Brahmas power play now. DuPaul with it. Top of the face-off circle, now Strohack. DuPaul walking in. Cosmo DuPaul off a skate, hit Catelier there and knocked to the sideboard. This one comes up and Strohack keeps it in. Cressman can't get there, now Curran. And a possible 2-on-1 here for Monroe, shorthanded. DuPaul is back in the play. Cressman was the man on the near side. Curran, the defenseman, carried it all the way down. His shot was deflected. No 5-on-3, but still a minute and a half worth of 5-on-4 here now for the Brahmas. Menard's pass deflected by Cressman out of the zone. Cressman gets a break now. Some fresh penalty killers on for Monroe. LaRock put it in the corner. Now Menard will chase. Over to Carter. DuPaul, and that one broken up. Sent out of the zone by Perron. 60 seconds now in the Fort Worth power play. Some discontent in the crowd here. Fort Worth has had a couple of good chances to retie this game. Kolomayev wrapping the puck around. Ryman over there. Put away by Brendan Kinney. And a nice hit there. Herneman was after the puck and Albert stood him up. That kept the puck in the zone. Herneman had an angle to clear it. A slap shot deflected wide by Bell. It was Strohack that let one fly. Here's Kolomayev. Kolomayev's shot hit Herneman's pads. One-timer Strohack deflected off traffic in front. Kinney got a piece of it. Kolomayev, face-off circle. Alex Kolomayev now in the corner, Albert. 8 seconds left in the power play. Kolomayev will shoot, and it's into the midsection of Bell. Ryman. Again, he's doing the dirty work down there, fighting for position. And he and Steve Herneman having words. Mike Ryman, 6'1", 207. Herneman, 6'4", 215. Only 4 seconds remain in the Fort Worth power play. The Robbins line comes on. Bill McDonald has had to shuffle his lines quite a bit tonight. Max Middendorf, who would normally be centering that second line, suspended. for an incident in the Waco game on Wednesday night. He is currently serving the second game of a 20-game suspension. Robbins will take the draw against Friesen. Friesen won that one. Perron cleared it, and that will finish off the power play. Dugan back on. He will go straight to the bench. And now a breakaway. There's the lack of that red line. Turn in, and he scores. Don Hearn makes this a 5-3 game. And the Fort Worth defense just lost track of Don Hearn. That's what you can do in this league. In some leagues, that's a two-line pass. It crossed the blue line and the center line, but not here. So with 6:57 to go, Fort Worth with a taller mountain to climb. They just had a 5-on-3 power play that they couldn't use, that they could not convert. A 2-goal lead now for Monroe. Fort Worth 1-0 at home in this season. That could be about to change. And it is possible to perhaps chalk that goal up to the inexperience of the Fort Worth players in this Western League, where there is no red line for purposes of the two-line pass. Friesen. This would be offside, and it will be now. The face-off will come out of the zone. And they might call this intentional offside. They will not. It will stay at the red circle right next to the fire line. Both teams get changes here. Fort Worth has put good pressure on Bell. They have outshot Monroe tonight. But a couple of tic-tac-toe passes, and Monroe leads this hockey game. Menard had it kicked away by Phillips. Now, Jamie Golden centers. Phillips in front. Delormier stopped that one. Menard. Now Phillips throws it back in front. A one-time attempt there by Cressman. Now Fort Worth back. Kept out of the zone there by Snell. And Golden to take it. Now Delormier. A couple nice plays there for Fort Worth. Could easily have ended up behind him. Under 6 minutes to play now. Fresh Moccasins over the boards. Now Menard takes the long pass off the rock stick. Bell way out of net. Narrowly avoided the pile up there. LaRock looking for Menard. Lifted up by Cressman. Knocked down by Strohack's glove. It seeps into the neutral zone. Woodward. Now LaRock. Menard. Menard. Now sent out by Steve Herneman. Woodward. Cross looking for Murray Hogg. Plays it along the boards. Kinney. And Monroe. Cressman. Drops it off the near boards. He will go off and get a rest. Ryman back to take it. And a whistle. And Chuck Harrison has spotted another penalty. This one will go on Fort Worth, and it will be interference that way. Who goes in the box here? That score you see is not necessarily indicative of the way play is gone. Fort Worth hitting another hot goaltender tonight. Fort Worth fans who've been to both of these games saw Bill Pye on Wednesday night, especially in the first period. And if you were with us at the beginning, we showed you a couple of those saves. Just absolutely robbed Stefan LaRock. And then tonight, Bell has played very well. He has had some fortuitous bounces. He has also gotten in front of everything Fort Worth has thrown at him in this third period. Still no one in the Fort Worth box. DePaul, perhaps. There will be Cosmo DePaul in the box. Fort Worth could not afford this. Down a man, 5:11 to go, and they will be shorthanded for 2 minutes, needing 2 goals to come back. DePaul arguing his case there. Fort Worth shorthanded. Here they come back 2-on-1. Ryman shoots high. Nice play by the defenseman Snell. Went down, got a stick on DePaul's pass. Albert was speeding down the other side. DePaul, I think, was going to shoot and hope Albert could stick in a rebound if he didn't score off the shot. In any case, Fort Worth, that was one they almost had to have. With 5 minutes to go, they had a shorthanded rush. Needed to convert, give Snell credit there. Friesen to take the draw for Monroe. Couldn't get it away from Robbins. Adam Robbins. Fort Worth working hard. This line, Kolomayev. Now Robbins. Fort Worth short-handed. Robbins and Kolomayev, along with Hogg and Steve Carter. That time Kolomayev didn't win the face-off cleanly. He had to fight for it. He was getting tugged at. Kolomayev helped him out, and they keep the face-off down in this end. They have 1:37 left to kill off DePaul's penalty. Fort Worth will go ahead and change up here. Bill McDonald, late in the third period, going to get some fresh legs on. Changing quick. That was about a 15-second shift for Robbins and company. Albert back out, along with Ryman. Dugan won the faceoff, but it came right back to Bell. So another draw in Monroe territory. Monroe Moccasins head down to Austin after this for a Saturday night game. Other games on tap include Shreveport here, Amarillo against Lake Charles, New Mexico, Odessa, San Angelo, Waco. Albert. That one pushed wide by Ryman. Tellier going to set up here for Monroe. Dugan got it back to Tellier. Now Curran. Here's Phillips. They dump it in. Moccasins start out on the attack. Dugan swooping in there. Out top to Tellier. Now Dugan again. 65 seconds left in this power play. 4:15 to go in the hockey game. Curran sends it to the corner. Now Golden looking for Phillips. Phillips a shot and a goal. 6-3 the score. Phillips converting for the second time tonight, almost from the same spot. And the interference penalty to DePaul cost Fort Worth. Down 3 with 4 minutes to play. Fort Worth, as we mentioned, with the advantage in shots, face-offs about even. Fort Worth has thrown more body checks, 5-3 tonight. And a lot of times that helps Fort Worth win games. At least with Bill McDonald teams that we've seen in the past. Bell has played well tonight. They've gotten some good bounces out of Monroe. And the defenseman has third rebound.
Assisted by number 9, Jamie Golden.
Fort Worth will, one area on which they will perhaps work on after this game is the penalty kill. Fort Worth is playing their third game in 3 nights. Monroe at least fresh. This is their first game of their season. Fort Worth, the road does not get easier, however. They play against Shreveport right here in the Convention Center again tomorrow night. Penalty coming here on, I believe, Phillips. And perhaps some more penalties as Robbins and Catelier getting into it. They make up tripping here on Ryan Phillips. It happened right behind the net. Harrison. And holding will be the call. The Irresistibles. That is the Brahmas Dancers team name. This franchise originally was going to be called the Fort Worth Bulls. Turns out the Birmingham Bulls of the East Coast League got trademarked to that name. So Ernie Horn and Company said, that's all right. We'll pick another name, and they went with the Brahmas. The word bull hockey you will still hear quite a bit around here, however. Their website even, www.bullhockey.com. Fort Worth on a power play here, trailing 6-3 with 3 minutes to play. Shot by Graff, deflected and cleared by Cressman. Strohack going to get it. Nice hustle there by Jamie Papp, leading by 3 goals. 3 minutes to go, and Papp hustles down to contest the pass to the Strohack going to get the puck. Menard, the face-off circle. Don't forget, this is only the 3rd game of the year for Fort Worth, first for Monroe. These guys are still fighting for jobs. Menard, LaRock, he is decked. Menard, Strohack, LaRock, a one-time shot. Bell on top of it. Brendan Kinney over there, pretty nice job clearing away the traffic in front. Cosmo DuPaul wanted to get all over that rebound. Bell, again, did not save that cleanly. It was right in front of him. And Kinney kept DuPaul from getting there. DuPaul took exception to it. But that's a solid play by Brendan Kinney. So Fort Worth will change up their forwards here. Minute 9 in the power play. Holding penalty being served by Ryan Phillips. Albert winning the draw from Friesen. Strohack. Olsen. And a delayed, Fort Worth has pulled their goaltender. Delormier is off with 2:20 to go. It's a 6-on-4 skater advantage with an open net at the other end. Olsen. Albert across to Strohack. That pass deflected. Remember, the net at the other end is empty. And they are short-handed, so they can shoot it down there all they want. Graff collects it. 34 seconds to go. This one comes free, and that one just misses off the stick of Catelier. Graff. Here's Albert. Quickly into the zone. Olemaya's shot. Brought down by the glove of Caruso. Caruso kicking it in the direction of Alex Colomaya. Got the Strohack, wristed in, deflected just wide. Ryman there on the doorstep. Remember, Fort Worth with 6 skaters here. Caruso trying to stuff it home, just wide by Ryman. Colomaya deflected in front, and Bell on top of it again. Ryman got a stick on the puck, hit it in Bell's direction. Power play is over for Fort Worth. Minute 17 to go in the game, down 3 goals. That will just about do it. Fort Worth lost last night in Austin. Assuming this game continues as it has, they will drop to 1-2, still with those 2 points. Only other game going on tonight, New Mexico and El Paso, and of course they're out in the Western Conference. So they will not drop in the point standing. And a chance to make up some against Shreveport tomorrow. Voth. Robbins. Adam Robbins now Voth again. Delormier has come back out, by the way. So Fort Worth will play with the goalie for the last minute. McDonald saying, well, if we can get one on this power play, delayed penalty call coming here. And a cross-checking penalty. Maybe on Steve Carter. Let's see. Call will go against Adam Robbins. So he trudges to the box. And we'll spend the last 55 seconds of this game right there. Bob Bell has stood up well tonight, saving 31 of 34. So Monroe gets to end the game on the power play here, barring a quick score. That one fired in by Catelier. And the puck hopped over the glass, I believe. 35 seconds to go here. Want to remind you, you also see the Fort Worth's other hockey team on community cable television. That's the Fort Worth Fire. They open the season on October the 25th, and we're going to cover that for you. We will have it on at the same replay times as this game. Then some more high school football for you. Also want to mention to you about that game. We will be going out tomorrow and Sunday to the Legends Tennis. Some Martina Navratilova, Pam Shriver, Chris Everett, Zena Garrison, a lot of tremendous tennis going on. And we're going to do some interviews. We're going to take some match footage. We will have some of that at the intermission of that Fort Worth Fire game, and also probably of the football game the week after. Watch for other places on CCT as well. Shot by Kolamayev. Bell holds it, and that will finish this hockey game. So a disappointing second home outing here for Fort Worth. They led all the way through 2 periods. It was 3-2 at the second intermission, and then the Moccasins are up for 4 third period scores. Fort Worth can't keep pace, and so they drop this one. They go to 1-2, 2 points, and the Moccasins get their first 2 points of the season, so they will move into a tie for second place in that Eastern Division. We want to say thank you for sticking with the El Paso Buzzards. I'm Rush Olsen, joined by Mike Snyder. Mike, 2 of the better teams in the WPHL meet tonight for the second time this season. El Paso won the championship last year, but they're playing in a different league now almost.
It is a different WPHL this season, Rush. The league slogan is double the team, double the noise. And for the Buzzards, it's double the teams, double the competition to repeat as champion. They have a couple of familiar foes in the Austin Ice Bats and New Mexico Scorpions returning from last season. Expansion teams like Fort Worth and Shreveport are going to give the Buzzards all they can handle as well.
Fort Worth comes in tonight 17-7-3, 35 points. And El Paso 12-6-4, 28 points. Fort Worth fans will recognize number 30 for El Paso, Mark Hilton. Spent some time here with the Fire and still a popular player, and actually sort of helped get this team off the ground. His fiancée lives here.
Mark Hilton, a very valuable player for El Paso. He's the leading point getter amongst defensemen in the WPHL with 28 points so far for the Buzzards.
Terry Menard set to take this first faceoff. He'll go up against Jason Welch. Bill McDonald planning on putting his top line of DuPaul, Menard, and LaRocque out there against the top threesome from El Paso. Buzzards control the faceoff. Trent Eigner finding Hilton on the near side at the blue line, looking for Jamie Thompson. He's tied with Terry Menard and 2 others as the leading point producer in the WPHL. Eigner holding it against the line. That's Menard with him. Puck never got to Rob Laurie in net tonight for Fort Worth. Now the Brahmas turn it around. DuPaul. And back to the neutral ice it goes. Got a Seplis for Fort Worth. He has been a nice offensive addition for this team. Fort Worth just went 7-1-0 on a road trip. DuPaul with a shot stopped by Chris Gordon. Gordon knocks the rebound to the far board. DuPaul over along there. Now LaRocque gets it back. Menard the one-timer. Perhaps intended to pass that puck to DuPaul. Now a wrist shot by Menard, and LaRocque nets it. They're going to wave this off. They're going to say it was knocked in by a high stick.
And right away, a man who's used to being on the hot seat when he's wearing the stripes, Chuck Harrison, on the hot seat again. The Fort Worth Brahmas obviously are upset that that goal has been taken away. We'll get a look at it here, and that pretty clearly looks like a high stick as he saw the stick come from the right side of the screen.
We'll get a look at it from the other end now.
The original shot is saved, goes high in the air, and it's clearly a high stick played by the Brahmas and directing it into the goal.
Yeah, I don't know that LaRock had a lot to argue with there. In any case, the faceoff will come back out of the zone. The Albert line in now for Fort Worth. Albert playing with O'Donnell and Kolomayev. And again, Billy True controlling the faceoff for El Paso. Puck sent into the zone by Corey Moffitt. Now Steve Carter plays it around for Fort Worth. Up along the near side, kipped in by Jason Rose for El Paso. Off his skate out at the point. Pass deflected by Kolomayev. Now Albert away with it. Left side, into the zone onside. Trying to get around Moffitt. Backhander deflected by Corey Moffitt's skates. O'Donnell in the corner. Battling with Rose. O'Donnell kicking it to his stick. He and Rose tied up. Now Kolomayev goes to give help. O'Donnell wins that battle. Kolomayev controlling back to O'Donnell. Now finally El Paso takes it back. Here's Ballou to center, dumping it in. Gross will get a line change here, and icing will be the call. So back to El Paso ice for this faceoff.
An interesting line combination just on the ice with Chris Albert, Alex Kolomayev, and Mark O'Donnell. That's as a result of Max Middendorf, who has been was back briefly after his 20-game suspension. He suffered an injured hand in the game against Austin on Saturday, and it's caused Coach McDonald to juggle up some of those lines after the top line.
Here's the Robbins line on now, that third line for Fort Worth. He plays with Caruso and McCormick here. And Robbins controlling the puck after the faceoff. Sandy Lamar sends it out of the zone for El Paso. Robbins with the hit, knocking Rusty McKee to the ice. McKee back after it, however. Robbins plays him away, and Fort Worth will take control. Near side, Caruso sends it around the boards. Now Caruso left side. Back behind the net. Chris Gordon, the El Paso goalie. Caruso controlling. That's one thing this line expected to do, is win battles along the wall. Here's Sandy Lamar out with it for the Buzzards. Lamar taken down as he crossed the blue line, no penalty. Mike McCormick playing for Fort Worth. Just underway here, first period, scoreless, 17 minutes to go. Fort Worth trying to complete a line change. Kolomayev back out, or rather DuPaul. Now Seplis in the neutral ice. Here comes Fort Worth back, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Menard, his pass deflected away by Hilton. Controlled by Welch for El Paso. Menard. Stick handling away from Eigner. Now Menard kept it in with the stick. Mark Hilton for El Paso. Quick outlet to Thompson. Thompson had it poke checked away, recovered. In at the face-off circle, looking to pass, broken up. DuPaul coming back in the back check.
An excellent defensive play there by Cosmo DuPaul against a very dangerous offensive player for the Buzzards.
And LaRock shot it on Gordon. Face-off will be where Fort Worth wants it. They will get a change. And a pretty good shift there other than that last breakaway for that top line.
An interesting matchup, seeing the big offensive guns for both teams on the ice at the same time, and Cosmo DuPaul with a good job of getting that stick down on the ice and breaking up that centering pass.
True wins another draw from Albert. Albert with a big hit on Rose down on the backboard. Now O'Donnell whipping it around to Albert. Albert centering, knocked out of there, and a penalty coming. This will be on El Paso, an elbowing call made by Chuck Harrison.
Fort Worth Brahmas will go on the power play, one of the better power play teams in the WPHL. Slightly ahead of New Mexico. Fort Worth ranks #1 overall on the power play at 26.7%. That's one area that the Brahmas have increased dramatically from the first couple weeks of the season, where they were near the bottom of those rankings. They now are sitting on top looking down at everyone else.
Jason Rose is the penalized player. 30 penalty minutes to his credit thus far this year. Add 2 more to that. And Fort Worth will have the man advantage. Albert, Kolomayev, and O'Donnell stay in there here on the power play. Whacked around by Trent Eigner and out of the zone. Steve Carter down to chase for Fort Worth. So the 2-minute minor for elbowing on Rose gives Fort Worth a 5-on-4 advantage. O'Donnell with the puck at the blue line. And the delayed call will give Fort Worth a 5-on-3.
This is uncharacteristic for the El Paso team. They are the least penalized team in the league. And the last time these two teams played, Fort Worth had 6 power play opportunities, and they netted 2 of those.
Dan Carter into the box.
The speed of Albert looked like Carter thought he had a good line on Albert, and the speed of Albert caught him by surprise, and he reached out and hooked him down into the neutral zone area.
Now, Bill McDonald really has been pleased with the play of Chris Albert this year. He brings a lot to the table, as Coach Mack says. Played with San Antonio of the Central League last year. Menard out top. Here's 5-on-3 for the Fort Worth Brahmas. A one-time shot wide. Menard on the near boards now. And El Paso able to clear. Welch got it out of there. Laurie holding for Strohack. Now Menard. Fort Worth a 2-man advantage here. Minute 17 to go on that. Menard back out. Seplis. Strohack pinching in. His pass deflected away and cleared by Mark Hilton.
Last night in the Brahmas' victory over Monroe, it was a 1-for-3 power play outing for the Brahmas, which is about on pace for what they've done this season.
And Jamie Thompson getting it out of the zones for El Paso. So far, they've been very effective in this 5-on-3. 45 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Here's LaRock. Played away from him by Welch. Now Menard. Menard, LaRock looking for DuPaul in front. That's DuPaul with the puck now. And cleared away again. A shorthanded chance. Here's Jamie Thompson on Laurie to the backhand goal. You don't see that a lot. A 5-on-3 shorthanded goal. First shorthander of the year for Thompson. 24th overall.
Thompson, too skilled of a player to allow to have this kind of opportunity. Once he got around the defenseman, it was Thompson on Laurie. Nice move to the backhand, and he flips it up to the top shelf over the glove hand of goaltender Rob Laurie.
He solidifies his hold on second place in the league in the goal-scoring department. Fort Worth down 1-0, still with 20 seconds on that 2-man advantage. Rob Haddock sent it away. Here's El Paso. Now Albert got through the defense. Albert back around behind. 4 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Now Albert again. Right on the backhand to the forehand now. Knocked away from him by Haddock. O'Donnell out top. One-time shot. Knocked away. Carter. Back over to Hayden. That one deflected. O'Donnell chases it to the corner. 2-man advantage is over, and that will finish off the power play for Fort Worth as Dan Carter set to emerge from the box. 5-on-5 hockey, and not a good power play for the Fort Worth Brahmas. Delayed offside waved off. Seplis. Now DuPaul, or Kolomayev rather, sends it into the zone, and Fort Worth was offside. So the Fire will finish out a change here.
The Brahmas came out of the gate strong, but when it seemed like they really had a chance to get momentum fully behind them with a 2-man power play advantage, they had a breakdown defensively, and it ended up being a 3-on-5 shorthanded goal for Thompson.
I don't know if they even got a shot on goal that power play, Mike. Maybe one that I remember. Here's Gordon behind the net. Mike McCormick. McCormick curling around, backhanded pass in front to Robbins. And Gordon is on top of it. McCormick won the... Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Again, another close call for the referee, Harrison, as one Brahma player raised his arms thinking that the puck was in, and Harrison right on the goal line down there waving off no goal. McCormick goes around behind the net, and on the right side you see Robbins sneaking in front of the goal, and too much traffic to tell on that angle, but Gordon flat on the ice right along that goal line.
Well, this line is one that they have now changed it out, but that is a line that Bill McDonald expects to be physical. McCormick won a battle with Riley for the puck down along the goal line and generate some chances. I don't know that he expects him to finish as many as this line right here. Here's Menard. Now LaRock after it in the corner. DuPaul gives help. Menard. DuPaul along the near wall, battling with Welch. Now LaRock, and finally cleared by Hilton. Strohak back to take it from Laurie. 5-on-5 hockey, 1-0 El Paso. Just under 13 minutes to go here in this first period. Now LaRock on the breakout. LaRock still on his stick. Now to the corner. It's going to wrap around for DuPaul. Menard burst in there. DuPaul still fighting for it. Hilton comes away and finds Thompson. Off a skate. DuPaul knocked down by Menard. Menard still a foot. Throws it in front, and that was deflected off sticks. It rolled into Gordon. Face-off will be in El Paso ice.
And a good job in front there by Mark Hilton, tying up the stick of Stephane LaRock as Menard slid that pass between the circles. The Brahmas controlling the attack zone time, but they've had one defensive breakdown. And right there, the centering pass from Menard comes in on goal, and it's covered up. That one defensive breakdown for the Brahmas, though, resulted in a goal for El Paso.
Kolomaev's shot did not go on net. He's in the corner with Rose. Alex Kolomaev throws it. Gordon got it with his stick as it crossed through the crease. O'Donnell over there along with Albert now into the neutral ice. Carter. Hayden into the neutral zone. Here comes Kolomaev. Failures onside, and Albert had it deflected out of there by Billy True. Hayden. Pass missed everybody. Sakala tracking it for El Paso. Steve Carter for Fort Worth into the neutral zone. Martin Ballou. Rhodes. And the interception. Kolomaev had to wait for his man to get onside. Caruso did. And Moffett will set up. Here comes True out of there with it for the Buzzards. Moffett. McCormick lining him up. Ballou over there. Fort Worth comes away. Here's Caruso trying to push through. And onto Sakala's stick. Sakala off the wall for True. Billy True into the Fort Worth ice. Nice move by True. Trying to center for Ballou. Pass broken up by Mike McCormick. Caruso back quickly. Here's Robbins. Throws it across the middle of the zone. And Haddock down there along with Robbins. Here's Haddock kicking it forward. And El Paso out of there with it. To the corner it goes off Scott's stick. Now Lamar digging for it. Up along the near wall. Fort Worth takes it back. Robbins looking across for Caruso. Instead reined in by Haddock. Now Riley into the Fort Worth corner off Hawes. And that one will come all the way up. This will be icing. And Haddock will go for the touch.
Icing Fort Worth.
10:18 to go. 1-0. El Paso.
Interesting game so far. The fact that the Brahmas have had so much offensive attack zone time until recently, that's the first time that El Paso's been able to stay out of their defensive zone for any extended length of time. And the icing call brings the face-off to the right side of Rob Laurie. Laurie coming off of a night of rest last night with the newly acquired backup goaltender Nolan McDonald picking up the victory against the Monroe Moccasins.
Another guy that Bill McDonald is very high on is his new backup goaltender. El Paso controlling. Welch along the near boards. And finally, LaRock clears it. Menard giving chase. No icing. Waved off. Sent up by Trent Eigner. Now an interception. LaRock onside. Menard into the zone. Poked away from him by Eigner. Now Dan Carter finding Jamie Thompson. Strohak played it right off of Welch's stick. That one got by LaRock. Slapped back in by Hilton. Laurie, it got away from him. Thompson threw it on net. Laurie just did get back. Fort Worth back quickly. DuPaul. Keeping control. He's got LaRock with him. Centering LaRock, a backhander stopped by Gordon. Hilton from Welch overled Thompson. Now Steve Carter looking for the puck for the Fort Worth Brahmas. Carter contested by Welch. Finally, Fort Worth gets it back. LaRock, Menard. Brahmas want to change here. Menard whips it into the zone. O'Donnell giving chase. Played away from him to Eigner. Now Kolomaya. Kolomaya, rink wide. O'Donnell throws it in front, deflected off Albert and wide. Eigner and Kolomayev, and that one hops right up for Gordon.
Great speed on this line for the Brahmas with Chris Albert and Alex Kolomayev. And Mark O'Donnell, a bigger guy, but he's got fantastic, quick hands, and he's always a strong offensive threat, and he's got the size to fight through those checks along the boards.
And he's got good wheels too. That's a if you want speed on a line, that's a good line right there. And of course, Alex Kolomayev is a good skater, and when he came into this league, into professional hockey, that was mostly what he was, and he is a player that has improved his game steadily every year. And now an important cog on this team. O'Donnell took the puck from Eigner. Now Kolomayev. Moffitt for El Paso. El Paso on the breakout. Here's True. In the middle, Ballou. Stopped at the blue line. Carter gets the puck. Played it away from Sakala. Now high off the plexiglass into the neutral ice it comes. Trent Eigner lost it. Here's O'Donnell in on net, forehand shot, and stopped by Gordon. O'Donnell maybe didn't ever get control of that puck. True now. Back to Rose. Now True off his stick. There's a pass that would have been a two-line pass in some leagues, but not in the Western Professional League. Graff plays it out. Off Albert's stick. Now Lamar for El Paso. Sent in by Sakala. Right at Laurie. He will play to Graff. 7:40 to go. First period of 1-0. El Paso. Riley back to Haddock. Haddock lifting it right at the blue line. Hogg knocks it down. And a shot by Scott. Pad save to Laurie. And Fort Worth comes out of there with it. McCormick. Quick shot thrown wide of net. Gordon couldn't get there. Haddock did. Plays it off the near boards. El Paso back, 3-on-2. Here's McKee. Shot it off Strohack's stick. Maybe a quick whistle there. The puck did not end up out of play. But we will have a face-off nonetheless. I think Harrison may have thought that would end up in the curtain.
And it ended up diving down short of the curtain off the glass. And that'll bring a face-off in the Brahmas defensive zone.
Brahmas also played last night. They were 7-6 winners against Shreveport. And there's a game that has some rivalry potential there. Shreveport, some of these players know some of the Shreveport players from the Central League last year and other years. And that has all the trappings of being a good rivalry. Here's Trent Eigner for the Buzzards. Sent in by Hilton. Stepless around for Fort Worth. Now Kolomaya. I will correct myself. This is DuPaul with the puck. Cosmo DuPaul, played by Hilton. Fell and sent it around. Here's Welch. Up to Dan Carter. And Stefan LaRock back to take it. Now Fort Worth into the zone. Here's Terry Menard. Menard, a one-hand centering pass, knocked away. And thrown back in front by Seplis. El Paso back. Here's Thompson. On the far side working on Strohack. Centering pass. And Strohack got a stick on it. Overled Menard there. This will be icing. No, waved off. Fort Worth gets a change. El Paso does the same. Hilton, a long pass up, finding Thompson at the blue line. Jamie Thompson, his shot deflected into the curtain this time.
And a bad sign for the Brahmas fans on that last shift. Cosmo DuPaul took a tumble behind the Buzzards' goal, got up a little slow and headed directly to the bench where he was greeted by trainer Clay Townsley. DuPaul, a player who has a long history of knee trouble throughout his career. Again, Laurie faced with Thompson bearing down. This time there was one defender back, and they got a stick on that shot off the blade of Thompson, deflecting it over the glass and into the curtain.
Hayden, the cross-ice pass. Albert chasing for Fort Worth. And offside. Albert preceding the puck into the zone. O'Donnell couldn't get it in there quick enough. So face-off in neutral ice. Right there at the El Paso line. 5:49 to go here in this first period.
As we get a shot of Claude, the happy trumpeter, a guy who's
Tell us about Claude.
made a name for himself. He started off knowing one song, like all trumpet players, with when the Saints go marching in. He got a hockey team to hire him to come in and entertain the crowds, and his career has taken off from there. He travels all of North America, entertaining crowds at hockey games and other sporting events.
An interesting fact coming up on him in a moment. Billy True with it. Now, Kolomaya for Fort Worth. Here's Steve Carter. Now Chris Albert. Albert trying to get away from Rose, and Gordon will cover. He doesn't even carry his own instrument with him.
No, Claude should be, instead of Claude the happy trumpeter, Claude the happy mouthpiece. That's all he travels with. When he shows up in your town, you supply him the trumpet. He puts his own mouthpiece in there, and he does an outstanding job. Maybe later he'll put on some of his other attire that he travels with.
Fort Worth will get the face-off. There's a situation where Albert knew he wasn't going to score that puck, but he threw it on net, hoping Gordon would cover it, get the face-off, or perhaps it pops out in front, and they get a putback. El Paso has done a good job on face-offs tonight as Gordon covers again.
Gordon's been very conservative in his puck handling tonight. Anytime he's got a glove on it, he's covered it up and held it for the face-off. And as you've said, the Buzzards have done a good job. As you see there, they won the face-off, got it to the blue line, and David Graff for the Brahmas quickly steered that loose puck on goal, and the face-off again to the right side of Gordon.
Here comes Lamar back for El Paso. Lamar trying to take that left side. Shot blocked that time by Graff. Now Fort Worth back away with it. Come to Brahmas. Riley was the defenseman at the blue line. And McCormick. Now Robbins. McCormick digging for it. Riley lost his stick. El Paso gets out of the zone anyway. Caruso played away from him. Now Haddock. McCormick battling him at the line. Caruso comes back. And sent a rink wide by Brent Scott. Line change for the Buzzards. Fire also get fresh legs on. Now Stefan Larocque. Ian DuPaul. Larocque. Couldn't find DuPaul in front. Hilton marking him. Larocque now leaving for Cosmo DuPaul. A little bit out of his reach. And Welch back to take it. Held in at the line by Seplis. Gaddis Seplis. Looking for Robbins near side. Instead centers the puck. Quick turn and a shot by Larocque. Robbins tried to deflect it. Gordon was there. Now in the neutral ice. Fort Worth sends it back in. Welch. And Hilton on the near side. 3.5 to play first period. Still a 1-goal lead for El Paso. Here's Jamie Thompson. Quick pass and a shot. Deflected into the crowd off Carter. Dan Carter with that off the nice pass from Thompson.
We've talked about the offensive skills of Jamie Thompson for El Paso. You see him crisscrossing just inside the blue line there. 3 of the El Paso Buzzards, Jamie Thompson, along with a couple of his teammates, have been called up to the International Hockey League this year, as has the Brahmas' Mel Engelstad. So these two teams have contributed 4 players that have spent at least some time playing hockey at a higher level this season. That's 4 of the 11 players overall out of the WPHL. So as you mentioned in the open rush, these are 2 of the better teams in this league.
Rose a shot, never got to Laurie. Moffett back over to Rose. Moffett gets it out of the zone. Sakala was there. Carter with the free puck. Now Albert, the forechecker, played up and out of the zone. Controlled by Graff. Now Carter. Along the wall. Taken by Ballou. Ballou, a slap shot. Stopped by Laurie. Here's Carter. Now Kolomaya for Fort Worth. Comes it to the far corner. Albert chasing there. Albert centering. Kolomaya feeding. A quick shot. Thrown wide. That was DePaul who had just come on with that setup from Kolomaya.
A good job by Alex Kolomaya of spotting Cosmo DuPaul, joining the play late as he came off of the bench. And Kolomaya found a passing lane and hit DuPaul, whose shot went wide. Play started in the right wing corner, and at the side, or ended in the right wing corner at the side of the net. DuPaul chasing down the loose puck after his shot was wide. And again, Gordon very conservative in covering that puck up.
Scott controlled the draw for El Paso. Fort Worth trying to keep it in the zone. Scott. Now McKee. Rink wide into the corner. Now behind Laurie. Strohack. And a whistle and a penalty coming. A tripping call. And Fort Worth will be shorthanded for the first time. This will be Strohack in the box.
So El Paso will go on the power play for the first time tonight. The Buzzards are in the middle of the pack, power play-wise, in the WPHL, sitting at the number 6 spot. And you saw it at the top of the screen. Strohack dumped the Buzzard out. We'll get a good look at it here. Right out onto his stomach.
Strohack up to 29 penalty minutes on the season. And Fort Worth will have to kill this one off. Only other power play in the game was a Fort Worth chance. And they got it to a 5-on-3 situation, and Jamie Thompson scored a shorthanded goal. Fort Worth shorthanded. Menard had it poked away. Now Welch off his stick after the pass from Thompson. Menard. And another clear for the Fort Worth Brahmas. Quick change here for Bill McDonald. Mark Hilton controlling for El Paso. Trent Eigner back to Hilton. Minute 30 to go in the period, minute 20 on the power play for the Buzzards. Albert in the corner with Thompson. Now near side Welch. Looking for Eigner out top. Now Welch again at the face-off circle across to Hilton. Now Eigner. One time or slap shot. And Fort Worth a shorthanded chance. Carter. Backhand pass. Setting up O'Donnell. Back to Carter. Hopped over his stick. Fort Worth still shorthanded. Now the long pass to Thompson. Thompson scores on the same move he did before. And there's that lack of the red line for purposes of an offside pass. And it's all of a sudden 2-0 El Paso, a shorthanded goal and a power play goal to their credit, both by Thompson.
Thompson again clear as he comes in. He went to the backhand. This time it looked like he flipped it back between the body and the arm on the stick side of Laurie. On the first goal, he beat Rob Laurie high to the glove side. Thompson picked up 5 points last night in the Buzzards game against Shreveport, and he continues to be on a roll as he has both Buzzard goals here in the first period of tonight's contest.
Minute 5 left in the period. Fort Worth won the first meeting between these two teams in a shootout. That was in El Paso. And to be honest with you, Mike, there's no question who's had more quality scoring opportunities tonight. It's been Fort Worth, but El Paso has buried two of them. Fort Worth hasn't knocked down any of theirs. Shot by True, deflected out of play off Graf's stick.
So Thompson has 2 goals, both of them being called unassisted goals, as we have under a minute to go in the opening period. And it has been, if it was a football game, you know, field position has been controlled by the Brahmas, but they've made some mistakes and capitalizing on them both times, El Paso.
Two-zip El Paso Buzzards. Jamie Thompson was one of the players that spent some time in the IHL this year. Good shot that time for El Paso. Here's Terry Menard looking for LaRock. Out in front of him, Rose back to get it. Rose, and the net comes dislodged. Looked like LaRock fell into it, and really when LaRock falls into the net, it just doesn't take that much.
That's a mismatch. LaRock circling the goal, caught an edge in the ice, and he tumbled onto the back of the goal, pushing it off the goal line. Jamie Thompson, you mentioned, has spent some time in the IHL. Earlier this season, he went up to the Utah Grizzlies. In his first game with the Grizzlies, Thompson scored the game-winning goal, and he was selected the #1 star of the game. As we take a look at LaRock losing his balance behind the goal, and on the right side of the screen there, you saw him falling into the net, pushing it off the line.
There's Welch winning a draw. Hilton with 30 seconds to play in the first period. Strohack brought it down. McCormick a quick shot. Now I take it back, that is Menard. Menard working behind the net on Haddock. Quick shot that time. Now in front. And cleared away from DePaul. Thompson kicking it forward after he lost a stick. Fort Worth in a hurry. Here's Menard. Pass deflected that time by Welch, and that will finish this first period. So Fort Worth comes out. I'll be curious to see the shots on goal total, but I would suggest that the scoring opportunities favored Fort Worth. However, the scoring opportunities finished definitely favored El Paso.
And it was Jamie Thompson jumping on a loose puck on a 3-on-5 shorthanded situation, and also capitalizing on a power play. It's a good sign for El Paso. The first time these two teams met, El Paso went 0 for 7 on the power play, and tonight they converted their first chance with the man advantage.
Well, Thompson had a big hat trick last night against Shreveport. He's 1 goal away from that tonight, and obviously Fort Worth has now found out that he's a guy with some skill, and you've got to watch him.
And he's a guy that right now the Fort Worth Brahmas wishing he was back in the IHL. Chris McKenzie, a player not in the lineup tonight for El Paso because he's playing with the Milwaukee Admirals. The Brahmas could understand seeing Thompson go back up a level.
All right, well, we will take a break, be back with the second period, hopefully a better one for Fort Worth. Stay with us.
Adam has a disease that's making him tired, stunting his growth, and breaking down his immune system. A disease affecting over 12 million children. A disease that's totally curable. It's called hunger. Second Harvest is America's food bank network. Just call your local food bank to help.
I haven't made up my mind yet. What are you gonna take?
Algebra.
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 If no one's explained how algebra, geometry, and calculus can improve your future, demand that you be told. Call NACME. We'll tell you.
This is community cable television, tuned in to Fort Worth.
Welcome back to the Fort Worth Tarrant County Convention Center. Rush Olsen, Mike Snyder here for the second period. We're going to talk a little bit about that power play goal that Jamie Thompson scored right at the end of the first period. Initially, no assists. You'll see here that Mark Hilton and Dan Carter get the assist, but watch the right skate here of Thompson.
On the blue line, pucks across. Was the skate still on the blue line, or was the skate across before the puck got there? That's the question the Brahmas coaching staff asking during the first intermission. Obviously, very close, very tough play when the puck goes from the corner of the rink all the way to the far blue line in such a short amount of time.
Mullins thought it wasn't. McDonald said he didn't have a clear angle, so of course they asked us. And so we had to take a look at it, and it looked like he dragged the foot, but again, it's impossible to tell precisely. But Chuck Harrison, who has been proven right, I might add, by several replays this period, we probably have to give him the benefit of the doubt there.
I don't know if we need to go that far. The offsides will be the linesman's responsibility.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's a great lines crew, though. John Qualls and Clay Sigurdsson, outstanding linesmen. Sigurdsson has spent some times as a referee this season.
Gordon covers up again. We're just underway here, second period. 2-0 El Paso. If you're just joining us, Jamie Thompson has scored 2 goals, 1 shorthanded and 1 on a power play. The power play goal is the one we just showed you. Fort Worth even on shots with the Buzzards in the first period. Each team had 6. Although, as far as scoring chances, I think we give Fort Worth the nod.
The veteran Terry Menard getting ready to take this face-off. A great line combination here. You got the veteran leadership of Terry Menard, the toughness of Stefan Larocque, and the high skill player in Cosmo Dupal. A great combination of players on this line.
McDonald said he was going to play this line, which he considers his top line, out there against the best from the opposition. And so far, Jamie Thompson's line, playing out there with Jason Welch, has come up big, albeit both on special team situations. We are 5-on-5 here to start the second period. Menard, his pass blocked by Hilton. Menard taking it away. A backhand pass deflected away and knocked free by Welch. Here comes Dan Carter back. Carter centering, a quick shot by Thompson looking for the hat trick, went wide. Menard clears it out. Hilton controls for the Buzzards. Got it past Larocque. Larocque freeing the puck with a check. Dupal and Hilton fell. Now Dupal back. A wrist shot hit the post. Best chance Fort Worth has had so far to get one by Gordon. Hip check that time, freed the puck. And a quick shot by Welch, ricocheted wide. Here's Menard. Terry Menard beating Larocque. Kicked away by Gordon. Now Hilton back to Trent Eigner. Fort Worth gets a change. Hilton sends it out. Strohack for Fort Worth. Hayden. Here comes Albert for the Brahmas. Albert, his shot off Hilton's leg. Hayden held it in at the point. Albert, now Kolomayev in the corner. Dug at by Sakala. Back in the corner again, Albert. Hilton down there for El Paso. And in the middle of the zone, finally cleared out of there, O'Donnell. Back for Fort Worth. Fort Worth getting another change. Albert sent it wide. Kolomayev over there. Now Albert. Threw it rink wide. Hit nobody. Here's Billy True back for the Buzzards. True trying to evade Hogg. Laurie got a stick on it for the far boards. Kolomayev backhands it out of the zone. Here's Moffitt for El Paso. Fort Worth finishing that change. Graff watches it go through. No icing. Now Hogg setting up Caruso. Up along the wall looking for McCormick. McCormick a slap shot. Gordon stopped both tries and got it back to the far backboard. 3-on-2, the Buzzards come. Lamar shoots it wide. Laurie got a piece. Backhand pass, rink wide. Here's Graff. All the way across looking for McCormick. Now McCormick taking it away from Rose. Back out at the point, Graff shoots. Robbins setting up Caruso. McCormick in the slot. Saved again by Gordon. Chris Gordon has stopped everything he's seen tonight. Still 2-0 El Paso. Lamar's centering pass knocked away by Caruso. Robbins gets it out of the zone. Caruso helps it along. Now Haddock. Lamar, but Robbins beat him to the puck. Gordon holding for Rob Haddock. Haddock near side. Finally knocked away by Strohack. Menard tried to feed DuPaul, intercepted by McKee. McKee drops it back. Here's Thompson, a shot. Laurie gathers in that deflection off a skate.
Laurie made the original save. The puck was loose in front of him. He tried to clear it away as there was a Buzzard player approaching off a skate and right back to him. Very dangerous. Laurie saw the deflection, the redirection, and he was right back on top of it. Loose puck, poked away, comes right back off his own player's skate. And then the face-off will be to his right side.
Well, you pointed out in the first period how conservative Gordon was being handling the puck. Laurie has been very much the opposite. He has cleared the puck whenever possible.
The Brahmas appear to have taken a more physical state of mind in the second period. A little bit more body checks coming from the team in the white.
That was a key, Bill McDonald said, to beating this smaller El Paso team. Menard drew it aside. Here's DuPaul. Looking to LaRock. LaRock shoots it, sticked away by Gordon. Finally cleared by Carter. Now Welch in the near side. Finally, here's DuPaul. Cosmo DuPaul pulling up, feeding Terry Menard. Menard looking for DuPaul. Now Strohack back to take control. And El Paso. Trent Eigner. That's another chance. Here's Welch. A shot saved by Laurie. Rebound cleared aside by LaRock. DuPaul. Now LaRock. Back to DuPaul. Trying to get by Hilton. DuPaul in his skate, and Hilton takes it. Mark Hilton, nearly 5 minutes gone by in a scoreless second period. El Paso tallied 2 in the first. They lead by 2-0, and a goal. Jamie Thompson with a hat trick on the quick wrist shot. Two nights in a row, Thompson with 3 goals.
You see the crisscross twice, and it ends up on the blade of Thompson, and he snapped it. A very tough spot for the goaltender to make a save, low on the stick side, and Thompson buried it just inside the pipe, low stick side to Rob Laurie.
3-0 El Paso. Now this will be icing. Thompson had 34 goals in 50 games with this team last year. And on pace to go well beyond that, 26 goals on the season. And El Paso has made the most of their chances. I guess that's the way I'll put it. In this period as well, Fort Worth has had the puck in their offensive zone quite a bit. Ballou handling the puck. Here's Albert now for Fort Worth. O'Donnell looking for Albert. Welch and Hilton get the assist on that Thompson goal. Hayden cleared it out, looking for Albert. Kolomayev looking over for O'Donnell, and now Moffitt back in for El Paso. Laurie steering it aside. Here's Kolomaya. And taken back away by True. Here's Corey Moffitt. At the red line. And Laurie throws it around. Kala knocked off that puck by O'Donnell. Mark O'Donnell, he has 0 penalty minutes this year. Not a guy that you expect to lay a lot of big checks, but he did that time. Here's Sakala. Now Lamar setting up True, and Laurie had the save. Now True fights forward, gets it back, a point-blank shot. Laurie with the stop.
And Billy True, another player who's familiar with hat tricks, he picked up 2 hat tricks during the month of November for El Paso.
This team won the championship last year, and they've got a lot of guys, including Thompson and True, back from that team.
It's a team that came on strong at the end of last season as well. They were in 3rd place for most of the season before making the strong run in the end of the season in the playoffs.
Fort Worth still looking for their first goal. They trail 3-0. 13.5 to play, 2nd period. Scott sending it into the Fort Worth zone. Here's Graff. Now Roberts. Knocked off the play by Haddock. Now McCormick. And Graff. Caruso chases up the near boards. Played back by Haddock. Slapped out of there by Scott. And Mark Strohack for Fort Worth Brahmas. Played in by McKee. Now Lamar. Lamar, backhander blocked by Seplis. Knocked down and played out of the zone by Strohack. This will be icing. Haddock with the touch. So changes for both sides. Fort Worth perhaps seeming a bit deflated after that 3rd goal.
And they came out strong to start the game, and they had a lot of time in the offensive zone. They came out strong in the 2nd period, and they did something that the coach was stressing before the game, be physical. And right now they're having a tough time cracking the defense for the Buzzards, and every time the stick or the puck ends up on the stick of Jamie Thompson, he's finding a way to get a goal.
Here's Seplis for Fort Worth. Got away from Welch. Looking across for Menard. Now Hilton pushed away from the puck by Terry Menard. Centered, held in by Strohack. Wrist shot, knocked away by Gordon. Now near side, Welch over there. Menard, Hilton played it away. Now Welch again. Thompson. Welch kicking it forward to Thompson. Might want to watch him. Puck centered that time for Hilton. Fort Worth turns it back around in a hurry. Here comes LaRock. Drop pass. Menard, a shot. Rebound out in front. DePaul couldn't get there. Menard gets his own rebound. Gordon, another save as Menard tried to go short side. Puck cleared. No penalty called there. Thought there was a chance of a delay of game on that call. But the faceoff will remain in Buzzard ice. Good pressure this time, but Gordon continuing to stop everything.
Menard there just throwing it towards the front of the goal, hoping something good would happen. And again, Gordon down low, covering that pipe on the short side, and then backhanded into the seats by the Buzzards.
Kolomaya tried to center, played away. Billy True. Now True gets a stick on that shot as well. Buzzards coming back. Sakala, Laurie playing the puck off the wall. Kolomaya chasing. Now Ballou. O'Donnell looking for Albert. Great pass setting up Kolomaya. If he didn't get good wood on it, O'Donnell shoots, but the puck, the net rather, had already become dislodged. A great chance there for Kolomaya if he just couldn't control it.
Alex Kolomayev last night in the game against Monroe picked up a couple of points on a goal and an assist. Right here, Albert backhands it in front blindly right onto the stick of Kolomayev, and then O'Donnell coming through as the trailer, but the goal knocked off the goal line. Albert picked up 3 points as the Brahmas had 3 goals in their game last night. So that line doing very well. In addition to the top line, the French connection of Larac, Menard, and Dupont.
Albert also had a couple of points the first time these two teams played. But nobody with any points for Fort Worth tonight. 3-0 Buzzards. Here's Seplis for Fort Worth. Got a Seplis, finding Dupont. Dupont pushes through on the left side. Haddock got just enough of that puck to hold Dupont up. Here's Menard. Backhander, setting up Larac, a shot wide. Now Larac gets it back at the face-off circle. Dupont behind the net. Tried to play it to Menard going toward the goal. And the net dislodged again, this time Menard leaning into it, trying to get after Brent Scott.
Good bit of pressure there by Menard, Larac, and Dupont. Something that they didn't do very much of in the first period was cycle that puck in the corner, and that time they did. Ends up centering pass to Menard, directed it behind the net, and then in pursuit of the loose puck, knocked the goal off of its moorings.
Face-off in the neutralize. Albert to take it for Fort Worth against Welch. Albert won the draw. Here's Kolomayev, carrying it in right side. Tried to get around Hilton. Hilton got a stick on that puck. O'Donnell couldn't control. Now El Paso back. Welch over there. Now Kolomayev plays it into the zone. Interesting, Bill McDonald has the Albert line out now against that Welch and Thompson line. And this whistle, and Harrison spotted the penalty.
This might be a move out of the need of speed on the ice against the top line for El Paso. You'll get the speed with Albert and Kolomayev, both very physical players despite being a little bit smaller in stature. Chris Albert, he's picked up penalties in like 13 straight games. Anytime somebody in the opposing team sees number 7 coming for the Brahmas, they know they're going to get hit, whether they keep the puck or make the pass.
He's second in the Western League with 27 minor penalties. This penalty, however, is the second of the game against Dan Carter for El Paso. He gets a high sticking minor. And Fort Worth will have a 2-minute power play. Now that Menard line back in. And Welch won another face-off from Terry Menard. Strohak in the corner, Dupont. Menard far side. Menard. Up top, Seplis. Terry Menard. Now Dupont looking for Larac. Tried to reach and deflect it. Puck snuck by him. Now here comes Thompson, short-handed. And a poke check by Menard freed the puck. Thompson with a head of steam looking for goal number 4. Now Welch, the forechecker. Forced Larac to give it up. Here's Menard. Back to Larac at center. Larac, pass a little behind Dupont. Goes to the corner with Moffitt. Here's Menard. Off his stick. Now Thompson. Terry Menard with the puck. Welch swatted at it. Menard. Up top, Strohak. Seplis a one-timer. That one up high. Gordon with the save. Seplis holds it in as Moffitt tried to clear. Here's Menard. Strohak. Menard. Rink-wide pass. A shot. And Gordon, it sounded like, got a piece of that. DePaul with a bang-bang play. Strohak couldn't keep it in the zone with the glove. 43 seconds left in the Brahma power play. Strohak. Seplis. Fort Worth getting some new forwards on the ice. Seplis will also get a break here as O'Donnell drives the puck. Albert. Out top, Carter. Albert again. Steve Carter. Now Hayden. Hayden a wrist shot, a deflection in front. Kolomayev with a backhander, never got to Gordon. Kolomayev a forehand shot. And again, the puck was blocked by the El Paso defense. True cleared it. Now Hayden. Off Albert's stick. Only 5 seconds remain in the power play. Laurie signaling that to Steve Carter. So another Fort Worth power play goes by the wayside. Kolomaev's pass missed O'Donnell. We are 5-on-5 again. Here's Carter. That is Steve Carter for Fort Worth. Dan Carter just out of the box for El Paso. Kolomaev, a centering pass, and Gordon reached out with the stick. Now True. Lost it off his stick. Hogg. Now O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to fend off Trent Eigner. Kolomaev gives help. O'Donnell back out for Hogg. Hogg a wrist shot. And here's Hilton. Finding True. Billy True had it swept away by Hogg. Now Hogg pushes him to the board. McCormick there for it. McCormick got it away from Scott and feeds Robbins. Here's Adam Robbins. Robbins sends it in front off Gordon's stick. Haddock took the hit. Kept in at the top by Graff. Quick shot by Robbins. Caruso off his stick. Here comes Welch. And Laurie plays the puck. This will be a two-line pass, I believe. Now they're going to call a penalty, a charging call. So that whistle came from Harrison. I thought it came from the linesman. And Fort Worth sees Adam Robbins end up in the box. Fort Worth fails to score on their own power play. Now they give one to El Paso with 7:07 to go here in the second.
The Buzzards 1 for 1 on their power play opportunities tonight, scoring in the first period with a penalty called to Mark Strohack for the Brahmas. One of the 3 goals on the evening for Thompson. There, a good opportunity at the side of the goal for Brian Caruso, just not able to reach out and deflect that puck into the goal.
So a Buzzards power play. Menard the forechecker there for Fort Worth. Thompson feeding Welch. Welch and Laurie got a piece. That one ends up out of play. Strohack, the defenseman, back for Fort Worth.
The speed of El Paso is evident, especially on the power play here. And we saw it earlier with minute 5 to go in the first period, how quickly they were able to move that puck from the corner in their defensive zone to the attacking blue line. And then Thompson was in free for his second goal of the night at that point.
Thompson has all 3 goals in this game. 3-0 Buzzards. And they control the draw here. Here's Hilton, a one-time slapper. Laurie the save. Here's Thompson. Welch near boards. Hayden, the defenseman. Thompson back to Welch. Brought down by Thompson's glove. Hilton across, a quick shot and blocked by Steve Carter. Now DePaul back. Cosmo DePaul and Fort Worth with a minute 10 left to kill. Steve Carter with the length of the ice. Hilton quickly to Trent Eigner. Now here's Dan Carter. Back up to Welch, leaving it for Eigner. Eigner to the corner. Here's Steve Carter. That one bounced right off the backside of the net. Eigner keeps it in the zone for El Paso. Now a takeaway by DePaul. O'Donnell played away from him. Over for Carter. Carter plays it into the zone. 35 seconds left to kill here for Fort Worth. Adam Robbins serving a charging minor. Boy, watch this go through. Hogg played away from him. No icing. Steve Carter ricochets it off the dasher boards and out of play. 25 seconds left on Robbins' penalty. Adam Robbins, 41 penalty minutes coming into the game. He had 139 last year in the Central League. And Mike, I promised you some dancer shots, and you just missed one. Promised we would do our best to show people, you know, what they have to look forward to at a Brahmas game.
There is a lot more going on in just a hockey game in the building. You got a dance team, you got a mascot running around. We got Claude the Happy Trumpeter here. And right now we got a team that's looking to dig themselves out of a 3-goal deficit as well.
And a team that has played very well. If they obviously have been on the road, and if this is the first game you've seen of the Fort Worth Brahmas, not necessarily indicative of the way that their season has been going of late. Here's DuPont feeding Menard. We're back to 5-on-5, and a pad save by Gordon. He has guessed right on every Fort Worth shot tonight. Menard walking in that time inside the face-off circle. That's a good chance.
And again, you'll see on the wing here, Menard in the face-off circle, right from the dot, lets it go. Loose in front. Gordon reaches out with that big goalie stick and pulls it back in and covers up for the face-off, a man who likes to have control of the play around his goal.
Coming into the game tonight, Menard was tied for first in the WPHL in the points race. That is not the case anymore. Jamie Thompson has taken the lead there thanks to his 3-goal output tonight. Now the Buzzards clear up to Sakala, and Mark Sakala eluding Hayden at the blue line. Goal! He dribbled it by Laurie. That has not happened to Craig Hayden much this year, a +6 coming in.
Craig Hayden, one of the more dependable blue liners for the Fort Worth Brahmas. As you mentioned, he was a +6 coming into the game. Craig Hayden won't do a whole lot of things very spectacular, but what he doesn't do is hurt you. And seeing a play like this where Sakala slides it right through the skates of Hayden is something that it might be the first time we've seen it this season.
4-0 now. Only Sakala's second goal this season. This is his 17th game with the club. 4.5 to play, second period. Here's Billy True. True played off the puck, and David Graff has it for the Brahmas. Laurie, with some help from Hogg, collecting it. Fort Worth coming off a 3-2 win over Monroe last night. And Bill McDonald did say that this was a tired team. He said he included himself in this. Some guys have a little bit of the bug, you know, the little head colds that occur this time of year. I just got through with one of those myself.
With both teams playing over in Louisiana last night, it's odd that Fort Worth would be the more tired team playing at home, but they had the longer bus trip. Got back about 4:30 this morning to their apartments.
Here's Seplis. Finally clears it. Now LaRock. Quick shot by DuPont. And again, a pad save. Gordon was able to clear the puck that time. Now Menard trying to set up Cosmo DuPont. A run into the boards by Hilton. Solid all-around game tonight from Mark Hilton. Terry Menard. DuPont. And DuPont controlling the puck, working against Eidner. Eidner and DuPont setting up LaRock. Put it just wide as Hilton got a stick on it. LaRock had a notion to wrap around. Hilton was there. Goal! DuPont deflecting it home. Great pass by Terry Menard.
We talked about these guys trying to circle the puck and cycle the puck down low. This time from behind the net, face-off circle. Then on the weak side, coming from the back side of the goaltender, Cosmo DuPont, just off that crease area, able to direct that puck into the net. Excellent puck movement there by the Brahmas, and a good job by Cosmo DuPont of finding the open area in front of that net.
Menard leads the league, 31 assists now. 3:20 to play in the second period. 4-1 Buzzards. Fort Worth again controlling the puck in El Paso Light. And Riley for El Paso. There's McCormick. He falls. Riley plays it away. Held in by Fort Worth. Caruso now Graff in the neutral zone. Carter nearly lost track of it. Caruso played it ahead and finally sent out by Haddock. Graff back to Steve Carter. Caruso sent it up under Robbins' stick. Gordon plays it. Robbins keeps it in the zone. Poke check from behind by Lamar, but not out, and Gordon gathers in that one off O'Donnell's stick, or rather McCormick's shot. And Harrison did not blow it dead. Fort Worth was in the middle of a change. El Paso cleared, and no icing either. So here comes Fort Worth. Albert playing back to Seplis. Gaddis Seplis eluding McKee. Seplis all the way to the other end of the rink. Here's Kolomaya for a wrist shot well wide. O'Donnell couldn't track it down. Held in at the line by Strohack. Now Kolomaya. Kolomaya, O'Donnell. Pinned up by Rose. O'Donnell after it. Rose still there. You see the puck. O'Donnell. And Rose got a stick on it. Kolomaya, and finally cleared. This will be icing as Brent Scott sent it all the way up ice with 1:30 to go in the second period.
And we'll have to check the scoring on that Fort Worth goal. They announced the goal as being scored by Terry Menard from LaRocque and DuPaul. It looked like on the replay DuPaul got his stick on it. And we'll take another look at it here. That's Menard in the far circle. It's half shot, half pass. DuPaul right in front gets his blade on it. And we'll have to get that changed during the intermission. DuPaul definitely directing that one into the goal.
That will be a correction that the off-ice officials, I suggest, will be marching to our truck as they do from time to time. Hilt, after True won the face-off, now Kolomaya. Kolomaya sending it rink wide, intercepted by Haddock, and here comes True on the near side. Billy True trying to fight by Strohack. Puck freed, played around by Seplis. Now DuPaul. Terry Menard. Sakala. That's deflected by DuPaul, held in by Seplis. Gaddis Seplis down deep. Great pass to Menard and a glove save to Gordon. The defenseman pinched way down in that time. Seplis put that right on Menard's tape and Gordon stoned him.
Gaddis Seplis, 5 goals, 14 assists for the Brahmas. Hit Menard right between the face-off circles and an outstanding save by the goaltender Gordon. But Seplis, the Brahmas picked up about 10 games into the season, and he's already #1 in scoring among defensemen for Fort Worth.
Kind of a surprise, too. I mean, he played for 3 different teams last year, didn't put up incredible numbers for any of them. And he either worked real hard over the summer or he really likes the McDonald system. .53 seconds left in the period. Still 4-1 El Paso. Dan Carter got the puck out of the El Paso zone. Murray Hogg, backhand pass. Welch chasing it. Thompson there. Carter not wanting to put that puck anywhere near Jamie Thompson. Kolomaya bumped off the play. Held in by Dan Carter. Now it scoots along the blue line and out. Welch waiting at the blue line. Deflects it in. Here's Haar. Up to O'Donnell. One-time pass for Albert. Chris Albert moving in, setting up Kolomaya. Did not get good wood on that. Haddock, the defenseman, was with him. Steve Carter with 9 seconds to play in the period. Murray Hogg, now Kolomaya. And this period will end as Gordon deflects it away. So Fort Worth outscored 2-1 in that period. Thompson got his 3rd of the game. Sakala got his 1st, and then Cosmo DuPaul finally getting on the scoreboard for Fort Worth. At the moment, Menard has credit for that goal. We'll change that.
And it was a good goal for Fort Worth. Not only did they work the puck around in a manner that they like to do and get that goal deflected in on the weak side behind the goaltender, they did so late in the period, which should help momentum going into the locker room, and they also did it in a manner that counteracted the goal scored by El Paso just about a minute or two before that.
And certainly something that McDonald and Mullins can go to their team and say, look, this is what you've got to do. You've got to do more of it.
And we did see a better play by Fort Worth overall in that second period than we did in the first period. More physicalness from the Brahmas and also a better job of working the puck in the attack zone.
All right, well, we'll see if Fort Worth can score 3 goals in the third. Not out of the question, certainly, and perhaps come back and win this one against a tough El Paso team. Stay here. We'll be right back with more hockey in just a moment. Welcome back. Russ Olsen and Mike Schneider make the Fort Worth Brahmas need a big third period here. They've really got to do what they did when they finally dented the scoreboard here late in the second.
And it was the leading goal scorer for the team, Cosmo Dupal, taking a nice cross-ice feed, as we'll see coming up. Terry Menard in the far circle. Dupal sneaks in on the backside and redirects it into a wide-open goal. Dupal leads the Brahmas in goals now with 18 goals this season.
They got with hard work along the board. Excellent work that way by our replay staff down there in the truck. They got it by cycling the puck, working hard along the boards. They got another good scoring chance the same way later in the period, and were unable to put it home. Gordon has pretty much stopped everything tonight. Here comes Fort Worth back. Menard driving it wide. Hopping to the puck in the near boards, looking for LaRock. LaRock, now DuPaul. LaRock on the far side. Eigner. Menard backhanding it. LaRock took the hit from Hilton. Here's Welch. Hilton going to get it for El Paso. Hilton lost it. Strohat down in the slot. Cleared aside by Mark Hilton. Now Trent Eigner. And Strohat couldn't bring it down with the glove. 55 seconds gone in the third period. Icing the call. So Fort Worth starting off with good pressure.
Good pressure by Fort Worth results in the icing call against El Paso Buzzards. Another face-off in the attacking zone for Fort Worth. And they'll bring out the Albert Kolamayev O'Donnell line for this face-off to the right side of Gordon.
Quick shot by Kolamayev. O'Donnell tried to stuff it home. And that's the kind of shot where you hope it goes off the skate or pops out in front for one of your teammates. But once again, Gordon's solid.
Well, Gordon thought he had the puck, and he was standing there like he had it in his midsection. It dropped to his side just behind the goal line. And the Fort Worth Brahmas figured they'd try to bank one in from behind the net. No such luck.
Gordon with another save. No whistle. Now Harrison will stop play. Chris Gordon, 6-4-3 this year, 3.63 goals against average. He has split time with Jason Carey, or rather,
that's right, Jason Carey.
Jason Carey. Fort Worth very happy with their goaltending situation right now with Laurie and with the newcomer McDonald. Struggle for the puck in the corner. Lamar trying to dig it out for El Paso. Brent Scott was down there. Now Carter whips on the one-timer. Here comes McKee poking it into the zone. Steve Carter to chase for Fort Worth. Brahmas breaking out. McKee and O'Donnell. In his own O'Donnell keeping control. Tried to shift it to the forehand. Riley knocked away but lost his stick in the process. Now Haddock. Wrist it to the far corner. Grab to Kolamayev. To the corner it goes. Sent there by McKee. There's Graff for the Brahmas. 2 minutes gone by. Third period. 4-1 buzzer. Off the wall. Here comes Fort Worth back. And poked ahead by Thompson. Now Robbins steps up. Robbins plays it off the boards and pushes Eigner away. There's Hilton. Now Welch. Dropping into the forward zone. Robbins up along the wall. Looks like they've got that Robbins line out against the Welch line now. And here's Hilton. Welch. Far side. And Ballou puts it through. Tried to take it away from Seplis. Seplis and Martin Ballou battle for it. Now Robbins. Knocked down. Kept in the zone. Slap shot by Sakala. He's already got one goal. A try and a goal. Billy True stuffing it home. Sakala got it started. Laurie did not control his rebound. And True was around the net. And that may be an example of Laurie, where Laurie should have been a little bit more conservative with the puck and just covered it. It looked like he had that option. Instead, he tried to stick it to the backboard.
And what we've talked about from the opening goal for El Paso has been them taking advantage of any little mistake the Brahmas making it look much bigger than it really was by turning it into a goal.
5-1 now, El Paso. Seplis. The backboard. LaRock. Back to Menard. Now DuPaul fishing it out. Welch with him. LaRock lost it. Here's Thompson. Taken down at the blue line. A penalty coming. Delayed call. And Thompson still controls. Behind the net, Dan Carter. Extra attacker on. Lamar with a wrist shot, and Laurie got a piece of it. Finally, Seplis right in front of Harrison, and Fort Worth will go short-handed.
The speed of the El Paso Buzzards is what led to this power play coming up for them with the hooking call coming up to Fort Worth. With how fast they convert from defense and turn it into offense, and then the speed of their skaters just complicates that matter.
And again, the irresistible, those jerseys they've got on are from Mel Engelstad. He's not using his tonight because he's using Orlando's. Had another good game last night up in the IHL, and he may be there a while, Bill McDonald thinks. Terry Menard, a hooking minor. So the power play for El Paso, and Billy True
has scored again. Into his own net with his whole body. You alluded to Mel Engelstad playing for the Orlando Solar Bears. He was called up a little bit over a week ago. As we'll see, I think this is True going into his own net again here. And he shoots, he scores. Engelstad went up about a week ago. He's played 5 games. He's, of course, Engelstad known for his toughness. He's had a couple of fights. He scored a goal in his second game, but they took it away. A teammate was in the crease. In his third game up, he picked up an assist, his first career point in the International Hockey League.
He had scored all of 1 goal here, so he would have equaled his production. Engelstad, another Thunder Bay guy. A lot of guys here with Thunder Bay connections. That is a former coaching staff of Bill McDonald. Now a delayed call again coming on Fort Worth. And with 1:18 remaining on Menard's penalty, we'll have a 5-on-3 for the Buzzards. Well, the Buzzards have been adept at 5-on-3 situations tonight. But this is the first one they will have had in their favor.
First penalty of the season on Mark O'Donnell. I believe it'll be a slashing call coming up as through center ice, O'Donnell laid the lumber on one of the Buzzard players. So you were singing the praises of the nice behavior of Mark O'Donnell earlier, being an angel and no penalty minutes. Well, he's got his first 2 of the season now, and it puts the Brahmas down 2 skaters.
One of them is Terry Menard, who is a key penalty killer for this team as well. And O'Donnell can fill that role for you also. But Menard especially tough to lose in the shorthanded situation. So 5-on-3, DuPaul, Carter, and Strohack are the 3 for Fort Worth. Dan Carter back to Mark Hilton at the point for El Paso. Here's Trent Eigner. Eigner and Hilton switching points. Eigner the right-handed shooter, Hilton shoots left. Now Welch walking in, lost it, and cleared by Steve Carter. Now Thompson, a quick chance, and Laurie with a stop. Welch with a drive. Laurie got across the crease. Here's Welch in the far circle, and Carter kicked it with his skate. 30 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Hilton a shot, and Laurie got the wood on it. Hilton, 20 seconds in the 5-on-3. Eigner couldn't get one off. Here's Hilton, a one-timer wide. A rebound and a goal to Welch. That one hopped right off the backboards, right to Welch's stick.
And you can give it an assist to the inboards of the Tarrant County Convention Center. They're very lively on both ends when you take a shot from the middle of the ice at the blue line. As we'll see here, puck goes to the blue line, off the inboards, very lively, right back out in front before Laurie can get over to cover that short side of the net. And he's beaten on the short side up high for the 6th goal of the game.
Goal by Welch, assist to Hilton, and Coors Light. That's the dasher board that it hit back there. Still 50 seconds left in the penalty to O'Donnell. Menard's over now. They have not put the goal back up on the board yet. But in any case, it came with the 5-on-3 still in effect. And so Fort Worth only got Menard out. Here's Lamar walking in. And a attempted centering pass there by Brent Scott. Lamar still controlling. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Mark O'Donnell. Lamar off the backboard. Brent Scott. Now Scott goes to get it. Hacked at by Kolomayev, and that one ends up in the curtain. 3 seconds left in the penalty to Mark O'Donnell. O'Donnell had only 24 penalty minutes all of last season, playing in the Central League. That was in 63 games. And that actually kind of got him in a little bit of hot water with Coach McDonald. But McDonald likes a guy that is a physical player, and O'Donnell has traditionally not been that. He's traditionally been a guy that could score the puck for you. He had 35 goals last year, but not a guy that takes the body with abandon.
You'd expect somebody 6'3", 215 to be a little bit more physical, but he does use that size to his advantage by being able to skate through body checks thrown on him, and he's a very skilled offensive player.
He also has excellent reach. Fort Worth back into a 5-on-5 situation. There's Menard. Ballou turning it quickly to True. And True is sandwiched at the blue line. 13 minutes to play in regulation here. Fort Worth needs a quick 5 goals. Menard backhanding it to the line. Now Menard couldn't bring it down with the glove. Fort Worth offside. He'll have to wait. Delayed call waved off. Now True. Off Menard's skate. Kolomayev. Menard's shot. That one deflected out of play. And Fort Worth will get a change here. That time Menard was out with Kolomayev and Caruso. Perhaps just the remnants of a change after that penalty. But I suppose it's also possible that Bill McDonald might want to try some new line combinations tonight. Although when you're coming off a 7-1-0 road trip, it's hard to make too many changes on the strength of just one game. And they're also, of course, as you mentioned earlier, missing Max Middendorf tonight. As they will be probably for a couple of weeks. Here's Thompson. Look at that speed again. Hogg made him pay for it. But Jamie Thompson, another good scoring chance. Here's Albert. Forward for LaRock. Albert moving in. Centering pass. Caruso. Back for Albert. Now LaRock behind the net. LaRock with Hilton marking it. LaRock looking for Albert. Stefan LaRock. Now Caruso. Trying to evade that check from Dan Carter. Caruso gets it back. Tried to center, went off Carter's skate. Albert couldn't control. Welch gets it out of the zone. Now Dan Carter. Inside 12 minutes to play. Third period. Wholesale changes on both sides. Fort Worth back quickly. Grab. Pass off McCormick's stick. And Lamar coming back. McCormick controlling. Backhanding it into the neutral ice. Kolomayev there. And Haddock with McCormick losing the puck to Lamar. Now back for Haddock. Haddock, big hit at the blue line on Kolomayev. Haddock ended up losing a helmet. Now Riley back in. One-handed pass too far in front of McKee. Tipped in by Scott. Here's Hayden for Fort Worth. Rink wide off the board for Robin. Now Hayden again. Fred Hayden up to Kolomayev. Risking that all the way to the near side board. Here's Robin. Hit by Riley. Stepping up. Carter, a one-time shot. Gordon covers. Fort Worth has a day off tomorrow. That's being Thursday before they play at home against the Waco Wizards. And then they travel the short trip down to Waco on Saturday the 6th to take on the Wizards again in their place. Next week's games, which I suppose are the ones you might attend if you've watched this replay, and like with you being in a fight, LaRock down. It looked like Jason Rose was engaged with him. LaRock went down in a hurry. With 10:38 to go in the third period.
Usually players will line up for the face-off and ask each other, are you ready to go? This time they didn't wait for the puck to hit the ice. They just went. And it happened very quickly.
Ballou is in the box. Rose is headed off the ice. LaRock having a heated discussion with the linesman. He may be headed off the ice also.
There's Jason Rose heading back to the El Paso locker room. That's with 10:38 to go. So Rose picking up at least a dozen minutes in penalties, you'd think.
LaRock has not gone to the penalty box yet, and the Fort Worth door is not yet open.
On the left side of the screen is where the action takes place. LaRock comes in. He's already been hit at least once at that point. And with LaRock down, Rose continued to throw punches. And a Brahma player now leaving the ice. That's Brian Caruso.
And I'm guessing that he was the next guy in there.
With LaRock down and receiving punches, Caruso came to the aid of a teammate, and he'll be missing the rest of the game.
Chuck Harrison, the referee, explaining things. Menard, obviously not satisfied. Brent Scott is the El Paso captain.
The only time on the penalty box, or on the scoreboard right now,
is 2 minutes for Ballou.
And here comes Caruso from the left side.
And I'm wondering if perhaps that they're going to give Rose an instigating. And Ballou is serving for him.
And Caruso obviously would be the man getting the third man in the altercation penalty, which would automatically have him out for the rest of the game.
We'll get the penalty announcements here in just a moment.
Well, now a 5-minute major is up on the board.
That's
for El Paso.
Rose. And LaRock, I mean, no two ways about it. He turtled the fight. And he certainly has been known to do that before. And in this case, it may have generated a 5-minute power play for his team. 2 minutes of which would be 5-on-3. Forward penalty box empty. That also indicates to me that Caruso's penalty was of a misconduct nature, but as of yet, he has not been given a 5-minute fighting penalty. At the moment, there are 5 Fort Worth skaters out and 4 Buzzard skaters. A 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. 5-minute fighting for Rose, and Caruso gets only the game misconduct. So he'll get credited for 10 minutes in penalties and miss the rest of the game, but he doesn't, Fort Worth will not have to go shorthanded with that. Instead, they are 5-on-3 for the next minute 40. LaRock plays it back. LaRock got no penalty. Seplis, Menard. All the way across. Strohack's one-timer. Pad save off the post on the rebound, and DePaul trying to stuff it home. He cannot. Seplis let it get by his stick. Menard. Fort Worth resets back on side. Minute 12 in the 5-on-3. Gordon coming up big again on a couple shots in tight. Terry Menard. Hopped over Seplis' stick. And out of play face-off. I think it went out of play in the El Paso zone, which would mean that would be where the draw would be held.
It will be just inside the blue line where the puck was last shot from and then deflected out of play off the defending team, so it stays inside the attacking blue line. A good opportunity here. If the Brahmas are going to have any chance, they need to capitalize with that 5-minute major on the board. They can score at will without that player coming out of the penalty box.
1 minute left on the 2-minute penalty to Ballou. 4 minutes left on the fighting major to Rose. Here's Polamayev. Carter. Polamayev. Alex Polamayev. Carter the point man. His slap shot. Rebound in front and another save off Albert's try. Gordon got a glove over there. Like Albert tried to roof it, and Gordon with a quick reaction.
Gordon is a tall guy at 5'11". Awfully lean, though, at only 170, but he's doing a good job of making that lean body fill up a lot of that net. Shot from the blue line, Albert rebound, gets it to the forehand, and Gordon stretches out those long limbs and able to get the puck out of the net. You see Kolomayev surveying the situation, goes to Carter at the blue line. You see Albert at the side of the net, pulls it to the forehand, but can't beat the goaltender up high.
So Fort Worth still with control of the puck on a 5-on-3 finally. Eigner out of there with it for El Paso. Backhanding it into the Fort Worth zone. Carter chase. 25 seconds left in this 5-on-3 chance. After that, Fort Worth will have 3 minutes of 5-on-4. Albert lost control of the puck as he went in, missed Carter. Carter was pinching down, and Albert saw him but couldn't hit him. El Paso changes their 3. 7 seconds left in that 5-on-3 chance. Menard at the blue line. Back to 5-on-4 now. Shot saved again. That time Gordon got the stick on it. McCormick back out top. Drive by O'Donnell. Albert. McCormick watches it go through. O'Donnell at the point. Back to Mike McCormick. And finally cleared. Sent up by Dan Carter. Changes here for El Paso. 2:40 to go on the Fort Worth power play. They trail 6-1. Here's Cosmo DePaul. He has the lone Fort Worth strike.